Very, very anticipated announcement from Kai Cenat. Over the last couple of days, he has gone on stream to announce the professors and the students at Streamer University. For those who don't know, Streamer University is a event that Kai is hosting, I believe just for a weekend, at most a week, where he's going to get a bunch of content creators. He's going to fly out a bunch of content creators to this university that I'm assuming he rented out, or whatever, this facility that he rented out. People are going to use this as a place to create content. You know what I'm saying? Kai will obviously be streaming it as well. And, you know, the theme here is to essentially provide opportunities for small streamers to blow up. Or not even small streamers, but just want to create W content. But, you know, Kai being the you know, biggest streamer that he is, you know, the appeal here is this is an opportunity for small streamers, for people who don't have much exposure on this shit, to get a bunch of exposure, being in an environment hosted by the biggest streamer, but also being in an environment that's going to be streamed by other really big streamers, other people with platforms, and it's going to create this ecosystem that everyone ultimately at the end of the day should theoretically gain from it. You know what I'm saying? One way or the other. But there's limited spots. There's limited spots. Not everyone can be a professor. Not everyone can be a student. And I do have the list over here, and there were 120 accepted students, and then the professors, this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 professors, right? And we got 120 students plus Kai Cenat. And the names that he has picked has definitely caused some uproar, a lot of uproar actually, in the community. So you might be asking, what are the selections? So let's go ahead and look at the professors. Shout out to ChatGPT. I've been starting to use ChatGPT and figure out what I can use it for. This is low key dope. So Kai Cenat, Streamer University. These are the professors. They got DDG's whole fucking name on here. This is crazy. So I'm gonna just quickly read it off. We got DDG, Chris Next Door, Agent Zero. This is Kaya's real name? Yo, ChatGPT is federal. Cooking with Kaya, India Love, I'm the King of Fitness. Mind you, I don't know all of these people, by the way. I'm Dante, Marcus King, Duke Dennis, Cindy Gallup, Emily, Extra Emily. This is Extra Emily, excuse me. Precherquis, Aim High, Zeus and B. Lou, OJ Suave. He's the guidance counselor. Funny Marco and Benda Don. So we got a couple of Instagram skitters over here in Benda Don and Funny Marco. Honestly, kind of expected Drewski to be on here if they're on there, but you know, big Drewski got, you know, Big Drewski be busy. You know what I'm saying? Definitely a lot of AMP world influence in here. Obviously, you got Agent, Chris Next Door. You know, you got Duke. Aim High is in that circle as well. Marcus King, I believe, is in that circle as well. Not as familiar with them. You know, other black content creators. We got I'm Dante on here. We got Zeus and B. Lou. We got some women. Most notably Cooking with Kaya and India Love. We got some, I believe she's the only Poggers representation, actually. I don't know who Cindy Gallup is. Maybe Cindy Gallup is one. But Extra Emily looks like she's the Poggers representation. But honestly, I like this list. I don't have too much complaints about the professors. This is right around the names I was expecting. If there was one that I'm kind of surprised he didn't involved in here, I guess just a little bit more Poggers influence, or maybe some more FaZe influence as well. I believe K-San was on this list, but somehow he isn't on here. That's ChatGPT not working as well. But I think he might be on here. I swear K-San was on this list. Yeah, I was expecting a little bit more FaZe influence, maybe Rage being involved in this. I don't know. I was expecting a little bit more of that, but very solid list. I don't have too much problems. Also, for those, because I also saw this on the timeline as well. Let me just bring this up real quick, because I did the wrong thing here. Because people have been interacting with this tweet right here. Kai Cenat is facing backlash after releasing a Streamer University professor list with 0 white creators. First of all, let's just assume. Well, first of all, let's actually start here. Anyone watching this, do not take this account seriously. Jesus Christ. Listen, I get it. Like, it's on the account for being a jackass or whatever. But at a certain point, I gotta hold you accountable for being centelled. I gotta hold you accountable for not being internet literate, all these different things. KickChamp, if you go on their page, which I'm not gonna go to in case there's some crazy shit. KickChamp is a notorious shameless rage bait account. They literally just tweet out anything and everything to cause trouble, whatever is gonna get them interactions. This is one of those accounts, so please do not take this account seriously. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. But also, let's just assume for a second that it is a legitimate account. First of all, it did just lie. First, here's Kason right here. I told y'all, I swear to God, I saw Kason. One, Aim High is white, so there's that. Extra Emily is Asian, so there's that. So this idea that he just selected black content creators is crazy. That's just a lie, first of all. But I'm gonna be honest with you. A majority of Kai's friends are black content creators. A majority of Kai's circle is black people. His fan base is heavily black. Maybe not as it was before he went mainstream, but a majority of his fans are fucking black people. Like, that's just what it is. So just naturally, there's gonna be a lot of black people here. That's just what it is. Like, imagine if I was a Filipino streamer and I knew all the Filipinos in America. You know what I'm saying? Connected with all the top Filipino creators. I'm sorry. I'm going to lean heavy into my Filipino fan base, my Filipino creators, and there's gonna be a lot of Filipino creators if I were to host my own Streamer University. If that was my circle, that's just what it is. White people would probably be doing the same if they hosted something similar, right? Matter of fact, if y'all know some of these content creator events that already exist, there's a lack of representation on the other side. Vid Summit, VidCon, let's just keep it a buck. There's certain representation that's more prevalent in those events than other events. You know what I'm saying? There's certain demographics that are more welcome at DreamCon than at VidCon, and vice versa. But that's just what it is. That's just what it is. So let's go ahead and look at the students, because to be honest with you, this is where there was more pushback. I'm gonna get the full list right here because ChatGPT kind of cut it off. I'm not gonna read all the names. But a couple of people that I want to call out. Shout out to TK, friend of the show. TK made it. That's good picks. That's great picks. Couple people that I know here. Lightskin Monte, I've definitely seen his content. Janky Rondo is a really good pick. Shout out to Janky Rondo. Yeah, there's a couple of people here that I am also familiar with. Emily CC's the streamer that has streamed nonstop for 5 years, right? Mari, female streamer. However, do have a couple problems here. I personally think there's a couple of names on here that, in my opinion, just shouldn't be on here, because no one would have batted an eye if Kai either set them as professors or if Kai just allowed them to be on campus because they're associated with Kai. So I'm specifically talking about Reggie, assuming this is Reggie. I'm specifically talking about Rakai. I'm specifically talking about Deshay. even. I probably would even put Deshae on that list. There's certain creators on here that, in my opinion, shouldn't have been on here for the simple fact that they are just taking up space that could... Oh, Ray's on here. Asian Ray's on here as well. Like, these are people that, like, yo, Zeddy Will is on here. I think Punga's on here. Tylil's on here. Like, these people right here, Dez, I seen Dez up here somewhere. Bro, they should not be one of the people that got picked for this. And again, this may be a slight nitpick in all of this, but that's 7 to 8 creators that could have definitely used that opportunity that just didn't get picked because Kai wanted to, or whoever. I don't know if Kai or whoever decided to do this wanted to waste those roster spots on people that are already heavily associated with Kai. You know what I'm saying? So I do have a problem with that. I'm not gonna lie. But also, the amount of big content creators on here does not surprise me. Because one, in the application, because we went on the website on this podcast, it did state that, yo, this is not just for small streamers. You know, big streamers, big content creators are allowed to apply both as professors and as students. So that shouldn't have been a surprise to people that actually looked at the website. And I also think they are necessary. They are necessary. I mean, let's just keep it a stack, bro. Even in a typical high school, not everyone can be unpopular. Someone got to be popular, right? But also, I think these names are necessary because I believe the vision here is to create the biggest ecosystem of streaming content that's just gonna flood people's algorithm, right? We have seen this with AMP, period. We've seen that concept be taken to damn near a different level when FaZe did the FaZe-a-thon last year, right? We're seeing the AMP verse be extended with the AMP G League, right? So now there's this universe being expanded from AMP to the AMP G League. There's a lot of coexistence within those communities, and it creates a cycle of more content to feed your fucking TikTok and IG Reel algorithms and YouTube Shorts algorithms, so that, you know, there's so much content being fed to you, and AMP and Kai's imprint, pause, is just going to be undeniable. It's going to be all over your feeds, right? So in that quest, adding big content creators like the professors is definitely absolutely necessary. But even in the student section, adding people like T Banks, adding people like Brooklyn Frost, Deshae, adding people like, you know, the Kai's Associates is crazy. Kai's friends, let me say that. I think Wendy Ortiz like has a really big following as well. From my understanding, Ash Alk has a big following. Mari has a big following. Let me see. I've seen a couple bigger names. Roud, I'm pretty sure he has a big TikTok following already. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are just necessary names. Zeddy. Shout out to Kank too. I don't even know if people know about Kank. Kank, I don't know if he still does, but Kank is a former AMP editor. I'm glad Kank got an opportunity to be here, because he's definitely entertaining in front of the camera. But yeah, I don't have a problem with the big streamers being on here. Now, I do have some people complaining about the other selections. One, from my understanding, a decent amount of these people are actually small streamers, so I think it is a good sign that I'm looking at this list and I don't know a lot of these people. I think that is ultimately a good sign, and I don't think that's just me not knowing these people. I think a lot of these people are legitimately underground or up and coming, or, you know, trying to get their footing. I do think that's good. People have also called out the male to woman ratio, and I believe it's like 80-20. Do I have a problem with that? I would have added more women in there. I'm not gonna lie. Make it like a 65-35 deal. But I'm glad there's women representation in this as well. Yeah, apparently some of the streamers just don't even stream. Not even stream, because he said if you're not a streamer, you can still be in it. Some of the content creators don't even be making enough content to be in here, so I'm just kind of questioning the selection process here, exactly what went through. But ultimately, when you do stuff like this is one of those you can't please everyone type of things. You will anger people. It's like the NBA version of making a top 50 list. You will piss people off if you don't have their guy as high as they believe they should. It's one of those things. It's one of those things.